Hi, Lee Phillips. I want to talk to you about my boot camp for a minute. I do a boot camp, very exclusive get-together. We do it anywhere from about 3 to 5 times a year, and I bring in no more than 12 people. Now, a people is basically usually 2. That would be you and your husband and wife. We've had people bring their lawyer and their accountant and everybody else, but basically 2 people. I take 12 couples, let's say, and sit you down for 2 days. And we go through advanced asset protection. Most of the people who come are my students. That means that they are using the accumulation and preservation of wealth. They already have wills and trusts and all of that sort of stuff, most of them. But I do go through advanced asset protection. We go through business structuring and how to run businesses. And we go through tax stuff, good tax stuff. My theory is, my goal is to lower your adjusted gross income by, let's say, 20-30%. So if you're in a $300,000 tax bracket, you make $300,000. My goal is to make it so that you show that you make $200,000 on your taxes. Now that's a big deal because, for example, the 20% tax deduction thing that pass-through businesses get, real estate investors get now, that's basically cut off at $315,000 adjusted gross income. And by the way, it's just not me doing the taxes. We have at least 2 tax guys with us at all times. One is a special auditor agent for the IRS for 7 years, and he is there. He gives a couple of the presentations. Another one is the guy who was the head of the Western region of the United States Tax Division, the IRS, criminal for, well, he's got 30 some odd years with the IRS. He'll be there. We've got a couple of attorneys that are there, including me. But we sit everybody in a little horseshoe type thing so that everybody can see everybody else. And then the presenter stands in the middle of the horseshoe and gives the presentation. You're welcome to ask questions. It's one-on-one, basically. In fact, in the evenings, what we do is we set aside blocks of time for each participant, and I go through with you and answer your legal questions, see what you need done, and the tax guys sit there and they go through it with you, so you rotate around to each one of us, and you get personalized help on what you want to be helped on at that point. We don't do your divorce and that sort of thing. We're doing the business structure, the estate planning, the asset protection, the tax planning, that sort of stuff. But it's really kind of fun. I actually have a lot of fun at these little events because you get to know the people. We've had groups that have actually had reunions. So the people get close to each other. And it's something that you can't get anywhere else. People are just amazed at what it is and what happens. I get flowers after, I get boxes of candy and all sorts of stuff from people who have attended the events because they're just so grateful that we have set them down and told them what nobody else has ever told them about their asset protection, their business. We get a lot of small business people, and it's fun to deal with them because you can see it. They will figure out how they can make an extra 30-40% in profit. And that's a big deal. I get a lot of satisfaction out of that. It's fun to help people do that. We've had people who, one guy was sitting there and I was talking about LLCs and things, and the guy started to cry. I'm going, okay, this is a little weird. I mean, he's 50-somethings. And after I go, what's going on? And he says, well, I'm looking at having to declare bankruptcy. He got hit really hard in the 2008, 9, 10 real estate turned down. And the bankruptcy attorneys have said you're going to lose everything. It's gone. Short story is the guy ended up actually declaring bankruptcy. He didn't lose 4 pieces of property and $500,000 in cash equivalents, his house, and everything else. He lost about $25,000 because he could see how we could protect his property. Yeah, we explain fraudulent conveyances and everything else in our boot camp. And the neat thing about it is we apply it to you, because with only 12 people in the room, I can pretty much answer your questions and bring it down to your level. Whatever that is, we can make it work for you. The boot camp is really neat. You're going to have to call the office, see when they are. We do send out emails and that sort of stuff every once in a while, but they fill up pretty fast, and we don't really have to worry about getting 12 people in the room. It's more like a waiting list. So if you're interested, well, you should be interested. Give the office a call and see when the next one is that's available anyway. And let's get you in and apply all of this legal stuff that we talk about on the YouTubes and every place else. Let's apply it to your situation, because that's what the boot camp is designed to do. Most of them are in Salt Lake. They are in a really cool venue. We feed you breakfast and lunch each day, and we eat together so that we can talk and discuss and do all of that sort of stuff. And we have lots of treats and stuff all the way in between. It's really very nice, first class operation. So you can stay anywhere. You don't have to stay in a specific hotel. Like I say, they're usually in Salt Lake right now. We've done them in Florida and a number of places, and we'll probably start to do that in a year or two. But right now I'm kind of stuck in Utah with my wife's situation. So we will see you at the boot camp.